right? That's what I'm hoping for. All right, everyone. Game number 1 for NGS Div A West. Match ready versus Nature's Cure here. Going towards Garden of Terror by the selection of Nature's Cure for winning the coin toss, just as a reminder for everybody. So let's see what is prioritized for match ready for the first ban and first pick, I believe. Yeah, it should be them. And then followed up, let's see how Nature's Cure decides to play their draft, right? So I'm excited to see because I really am hoping to see something different, right? Only because of the fact that we've seen Match Ready play the same draft over and over, and I feel like a lot of teams have kind of figured out, like, how to count it. Okay, so we are going to get an Anduin ban. Looks like this is a direct ban, right? Anduin's not genuinely banned, but it's good. Okay, so they do get a variant ban on the side of Nature's Cure, which is, obviously to mitigate Teal's tank pool here with Varian. Like, they like to run the Varians, Dukov, whatever combo. And then whatever follows behind it, right? You have your Orpheus Leamings, your Greymane, Maya, whatever it may be. And so let's see, up next for the third ban, or for the second ban phase for match ready. So we are going to get a Hogger ban. The Hogger is super annoying. CC, great damage. You can get to the back line and completely disrupt the back line, especially if someone knows how to play it. And the last ban before we go into the first pick phase for Nature's Cure is going to be what? So are they going to target ban tanks? Or are they going to target ban the flex player, right? Which we have seen other teams do. They'll target ban the flex. But it looks like they're trying to, if they ban their tank, they're trying to narrow down Teal's hero pool. So yeah, they are worried about the hero pool for Teal, and they're potentially going to force him on ETC or Murden. They may end up taking the ETC to draw out Teal's tank, which in this case, potentially at this point, you might want to take your tank because as far as we have seen, right, we've only seen Match Ready play 3 tanks, as we were saying. So ETC is selected to avoid that. TOV is immediately going to be picked up here, which is, it's a little spicy. They, I don't know if Match Ready, I don't know if they needed to force TOV yet because, but then again, they don't know what was scouted on them, right? For this map. They may have been looking for the third phase, so it's just nothing wrong with picking it here. It's just potentially taking the risk, but they didn't want to, so they took TOV and Stukov. Stukov's a great pick and counter pick to Match Ready's, normal draft here, or their very linear draft that they like to run. So we're probably going to see, let's see, maybe, probably the flex pick up here. No, probably your range assassin and your heals, I would assume. Yep. Okay, so we are going to get the Sonya pick here. Okay. Now, for the third phase, you could probably ban out the healer, right? Or the flex. They're going to ban out the Ana for the nano boost. And which is really good. Sleeps, if you're watching the Stukov closely, it's really good against the Stukov here. So let's see. Now you need a tank on the side. Potentially Diablo. Nubarak's really good. A lot of stun setup if they go Nubarak or Diablo here. With the Stukov, now looking at Chromie. Chromie's still up and available, so Chromie's pretty scary, especially whenever she can siege an artillery from far away. But we are going to get a Rexar ban. More than likely, it was looking like Rexar in the 4-man, gets a lot of good CC and stuns. He does a lot of damage overall, as we are seeing more and more in SL of Rexar players. And as you guys have seen from some stream. Right? So now that the ban phase is over, let's see. They're probably going to prioritize they're probably going to take it's just take an assassin and a noob. Alright, so we get a noob pick, and do we get a Chromie pick here? We're going to get an Illidan pick here. Okay. Okay, so we have an Illidan, Stukov, great lockdown. Illidan's pretty solid on this map, pretty versatile. If played correctly, which I assume it will be, Sailwater will do very well, with the Illidan plays here. Anubrak's really good, double stun setup. You can cocoon Orphea when things get a little bit too crazy, or Sonya, or, whoever you need. But now we are going to get a Zeratul and a Malfurion pick here. So, honestly, for the bans on the side of Nature's Cure, they honestly picked a pretty good target. They It mitigated the tank pool, but ETC is still a very solid pick and can still be scary, and potentially on the build of what Zeratul goes, right? You could set up a nice Void Prison. Again, if you go that route, set up a nice Void Prison, get roots underneath, and ETC slide Mosh. There's one option, but there is a silence counter. And we are going to get a Zul'jin as a final pick here, which Zul'jin is going to be pretty annoying. So we are now going to be entering into the first game here. Guys, who do you guys think is going to win? I really like both drafts here. Depending on how the Zeratul plays and how he picks off, soaks and applies pressure with Sonya on the TLV and put pressure on Illidan. But on this map too, it also really comes down to taking your camps too. Even if it's mitigated, the fact that you're taking them away from the TLV, if they go bribe here, it's still worth, right? You're just mitigating what they can do. And then also, how is Cocoon going to be used? I'm assuming Cocoon is going to be selected, right? So, and, who's going to be the target? Will it be Orphea? Will it be Zeratul? Will it be Sonya? I mean, looking at their draft, they don't really have much to CC the Sonya besides Stukov. I guess TLV stuns, right? Click the stun. But they have 2 direct stuns. Well, one's a skill, 2 are skill shots, one's a direct, right? So. And as we are loading in, everybody, let's switch it over. All right. Let's introduce both teams for game number 1 here on Garden of Terror. So starting on the left-hand side, match ready. Sonya is going to be played by Grace. Malfurion is going to be played by Paperwall. Zeratul is going to be played by Sugar Bear. Orphea being played by Cold Fashion. And ETC being played by Teal. And on the right side, Nature's Cure. Zul'jin being played by Noel Sanaka. Stukov being played by Darius. The Lost Vikings, TOV, played by Enigma. Anubarak being played by the J Ruckus. And last but not least, Illidan being played by Sail Water for Nature's Cure here. So we are going to see 2 heroes completely going into their lanes here. And they're going to run the 3-man here, 3-man strong. TLV is going to take all lanes here. And at this point, you let your 4-man on the side of Nature's Cure run. You run everything here. To start scouting this bottom bush here, seeing if ETC or if... probably more or less ETC is trying to scout a rotation here. And it looks like we're going to get some Cold Fashion potentially stepping up a little too high. Nubrak can combo on her. There is no follow-up yet. There should be a Illidan silence here, but it does not hit. Illidan potentially could have been in that bush and punished Orphea, because that was a nice chance. Got some, good damage. Then they went Headhunter here. Wow, they are confident that they are going to get the kills here, which, worth a try. They're looking at the Sonya pick here. Illidan not showing. Stukov setting up here. Now Stukov showed, so Sonya knows. All right, well, they're probably up here. Yeah, and as they're all showing here, but you should start seeing camps being taken immediately on the side of both teams, actually. So match ready is going to be the first to start their siege camp here. Well, a little trick here that you guys can do right here, since this is where the objective is going to be at, is you can also time this to where it's going to hit the objective. But we are going to get an invade by the side of Nature's Cure for the top siege camp here. ETC may scout this out. Nope, completely misses it and may get flanked here. Oh, he went the completely wrong side. Oh, but got away. Anubarak used his tunnel, hoping to catch him here. But they are going to catch Enigma in mid, get a free pick here. And that's a nice kill on a TLV. But this is super annoying inside of match ready. But here's the thing, though. Look at the soak, right? Like, look at the XP advantage now. They're playing for 4 here. Sonya is freezing the wave. Or was freezing the wave because it was crashing in because, this is right here. But they are going to start taking their middle siege camp here. But they lost a lot of soap, right? In my opinion, that's a lot. Like, they're getting close to the halfway marker. And they're still on 3. They'll get 4 for this team fight here. But as I was saying before they invaded, you can take this mid camp, time this with this, and this can also help in team fights, but also can help attack the minions here. It's really good if you do it. But it's like they could have started with their bruisers and worked their way up, potentially, if they wanted to, obviously. So Zeratul is going to get some damage on the Illidan here, and we are going to have TLV going to start poking down bottom. Stukov is also helping down poke down bottom, and they are not going to fast cap this. Paper Wall is running around. They are getting a free fast cap, and they're probably not going to get it now. Paper Wall is really low because he took too much damage from the minions here. I don't understand sometimes on these fast cap plays, like you This should be pretty standard. I mean, TLV most likely nostalgia, but there is a nice kill on Eric. But ooh, Paper Wall was on a really interesting. Teal does go in, and Nubrak is trying to follow a follow-up combo. Zeratul on the back line on Noah Sanaka on the Zul'jin here. Illidan can't decide who he wants. He wants the Illidan or he wants the Zeratul, or does he want the ETC here? There should be a nice tap here. Cold can get a nice stun here, or nice contested here, and now Sonya is now here. This will be a little rough now for side Nature's Cure. Illidan is poking down the ETC, and Nubrak immediately goes in on the Orphea here, but here comes a nice follow-up. Stukov is silencing himself, so he doesn't get comboed here. Orphea caught out completely in the middle of the team, but can they catch Stukov here? Stukov being comboed by the Zeratul, but Zeratul might be the next fall here because Eric is poking him down. Eric does catch Zeratul here, and you have a nice route onto the Nubrak, but it is a 3v4 here, and Dastaris to Stukov is super low. Oh no, but they missed the stun on a Nubrak here. Sonya does go for the stall here and pushes off the Stukov because one hit by the Sonya will die for the Stukov here. But first objective goes to the side of Nature's Cure. And it was on the side of Match Ready's, which is really frustrating if you are on the side of Match Ready because, you know, you want to win those if they're on your side. I do think that the fast cap chance could have happened, but, you know, then again, Eric was there. But again, it's worth a try until you see Eric step up. But what happened, what was really rough was Paper took too much damage by the Malfurion, took too much damage by the minions, trying to kite away down, as it looked like. And they are looking for a nice gank. But they are going to take the bruisers on the side for Nature's Cure to prep for the next wave. This is a nice neutral area, both sides here. And Sonya is clearing the lane. Enigma is waiting for it at the gate with a nice bruiser camp above them. So the wave is going to be more or less crashing onto Match Ready. And it's an immediate rush to the side of Match Ready's camp here. And this needs to be dealt with, right? Yes, you have to give this now, but like you can't be given these, right? Because you know you're not gonna have a minion wave to the next objective, so you lose vision if there is a fight or anything up top. You're now late to the objective here, so now you're panic rushing, and now you have to commit the stall here. It's just looking really rough here. You know, it's looking really rough here. And the ETC does slide in, but there is no follow-up here. He's looking for a stall again, but again, like, they're not setting up. Sonya does miss, and they're having to give another one. XP is still in the lead. Orphea was bottom clearing, it looked like. So they were trying to stall for the Orphea, but I think at this point, you're going to have to play for 10 here. And now look at this, right? Again, this is the problem with this. You're not going to have a... I mean, it's fine that you're getting the soak here, but still. It's good to have your minion wave pushed, and ETC is going to get immediately followed up on this Stukov, and Nubrak is going to stun him out, and Illidan's going to get the final slap on the... Oh, a spray down, immediate spray down on the ETC kill here, knowing it full and ready. Looking really good. Zeratul going in for a quick burst hit, and let's see bottom here. Eric is just clearing the wave here. I thought he was freezing potentially, but it's fine, you know. Both teams, at least for the side of Match Ready at the moment, right? It's looking good because at least both teams are going to have 10 here. And good kill on Eric, potentially forcing out the TLV's ult here. Potentially, probably not needed, right? Because Seed spawning in 15, and Eric's gonna spawn in 10. So not too bad here. So we are going to get a Void Prison play here. You should potentially see Void Prison into Root, into, you know, Orphea's Eternal Feast here. There's another kill. Nice kill on another TLV here. I need to really learn their name. Sorry, guys. Nubrak is going to eat out. This is a good opportunity, right? There is no CC right now at the moment. Those are cooldowns down. And Teal is immediately trying to take the objective here, but there is no cooldown. But here is a really deep Void Prison. There's going to be immediate... Oh, here we go. It's going to be a... Oh, my God. 3 ults on that? I don't know. That's not really worth. I mean, good mosh, but you didn't need Leaf or the Orpheol here. Zeratul is going to keep poking out Eric, and is going to get a nice power slide on the Zul'jin, but Illidan is doing a lot of damage because now you don't have really much CC. There should be a root down, and Nubrak might be the next to fall here. And is cocooning the Malfurion here. Does he get away? He does not get away. So overall, it did work out in Match Ready's favor, but just keep in mind, though, they could have been punished because they committed 3 ults on 1 kill. That's a lot. That is a lot of cooldowns here, and potentially they are looking for a re-invade without their tank here. Stukov is going to silence this. There should be a push by the ETC to get the Stukov off silence here. You are probably going to lose Orphea here. Now Paper Wall is going to go down. Guillotine was used here. Unfortunate. There was no There was... Oh no, there was no speakers for loudspeakers for the Stukov to stop silencing him. Do we see a commitment by Illidan? No. Sonya gets away, and the camp is taken by Nature's Cure. Oh, that's unfortunate. That silence really screwed them, and you're going to see an immediate camp invade. Like, Nature's Cure is looking really good here. Completely aggressive, even when down, didn't have tank, and just committed onto them because, they know. Guys, they don't have ults, right? They used 3 of them on the Stukov here. We should take this fight immediately and prep for this. And they did, and they got a kill, and they won it, right? So this is a snowball effect here. Now we're slightly seeing a lead towards Nature's Cure here. And so Nature's Cure is just establishing dominance, right? If they're not taking this one, then they're going to take these 2, right? And match ready. Again, they're looking to pre-tap. Pre-13 here. They either soak this up. Sonya is clearing bottom. That's looking like that's gone. You potentially might need to stall, but no, they can't. Still, ETC committing way too much here. And he got off. He got off it. Is this going to be a Void Prison coming up soon here? There might be. And Stukov uses his ult to let Enigma continuously keep trying to channel here. But there is a stall out here. And Nubrak is on the opposite side looking for a stun, but misses a stun. But they should be able to punish the Nubrak here. They really should. Here comes the Void Prison on the Nubrak. Really low here, but they are using their ults on the TLV here. Sonya's on completely 2 different targets here. Why would you Void Prison the Anubrak when he was already dead? You actually just saved him. Interesting plays here. Nubrak has a chance to tap and is going to relook for an engage here, but all TLV are down though, which is really good. Sonya was on a completely different target here, but did manage to live here. They do end up taking a 2-3. I do believe that you could have killed the Stukov. Sonya was looking topside. Communications might have been on obviously two different targets here. But with the Nubrak kill, you could have potentially looked also at camps, because there would have been cooldown timers, just as a suggestion, or just as an opinion. Not a suggestion, as an opinion, but they are looking to be aggressive down bottom here. Nature's Cure is potentially going to respond after taking this bruiser camp, because you have the TLV just to push up the lane, so no one's gonna be soaking this, and they're gonna have to match this, right? You don't want to give this here. Enigma stepping up with the TLV and poking down the lane and getting XP. Eric and Baylog down here, soaking the wave. Stukov silence again. Great checking on these bushes here, because they know that if ETC gets a nice power slide at these choke points, right, it'd be really chaotic for the side Nature's Cure here. Sonya is preparing bottom. At least they saved the well down bottom, which is really good, because now this is a 2-3-2-3 for both sides here, and you are going to get another bruiser camp. Like, see, look, on the side of Nature's Cure, they're looking really good. Oh, but they are going to make to this air tool here. And you can immediately fast cap this. Oh, no. Just kidding. I'll say Stukov will be able to silence that from a range here. They are waiting to see. And Headhunter, who has not died yet. Sonya has not died yet for this little Jin. But they are going to look. They are going to be able to silence. Guillotine is being forced with the Stukov. But great ETT mosh pit, solo mosh pit onto the Anubrak. I mean, you did have TLV, but that's, is what it is. But you did get the Anubrak here. Great look. And Illidan might fall here, but there is a missed power slide here. But it's okay. That is really good. They catch the Anubrak. They void prison the choked here to center out everyone else, but you're now going to have TLV poking down, doing what TLV does here. They are potentially going to try. They are going to keep on stalling, and they are going to get kind of low here, but you kind of just, at this point, either take the fight back into them. TLV is really good here. Sonya has to clear top here, so now that 1 kill advantage here, and Teal may fall here. There's a Metamorphosis cast, but Illidan is committing really strong here, and Illidan might fall here, but it might be worth, because Enigma TLV did get the objective. So instead of zoning out TLV, but can they get anything else here? They should be able to get another TLV here kill, and they do catch this little Jin here who picked Guillotine. They should be able to kill this great root and sleep. But so this is actually pretty good, right? You get 3 kills for the objective here. This should be a free clear, right, for the side of match ready. They are going to lose mid here. Oh, ETC caught out. Nice root here. Orphea coming in to drop ult here, and does get a nice solo mosh pit here. Ooh, great stuff. That's acceptable. We take those. That's okay, because that's a nice staggered kill. Orphea's ult got value, and with ETC, with his level 13 Encore, you end up going from 120 second cooldown to like 40. That was pretty worth. We'll give it to Match Ready on that ETC's mosh pit here. Good stuff by Teal there. So we are going to get a siege down bottom here. They could potentially look here because they don't have a healer here, but the rotation is kind of late. They are going to poke down the Nubrak here. Nubrak is getting low and dies. I didn't recall him Eing in, or is tunneling in, but they should start looking aggressive here, right? You need to look aggressive on the side of Match Ready. You have to start taking presence back on the map here. Sonya's sticking mid, so that way if there's a big fight here, she can rotate here, and they are going to go for another TLV, but there should be a potential anchor here, right? Just so you can start looking to see if anyone's, you know, Popega enough to check the wave. But Sonya match mid, and there was no contesting, and she's not going to go back up top. And if you're not Match Ready, you can start taking your camps. You need to take it away because you need to start getting some lane pressure here. The next objective will most likely be spawned in the next 20 to 30 seconds here, and you really need to start putting some lane pressure here, or TLV is just going to wither you down. So as we can see here, they are going to take their mid camp inside of Nature's Cure and mid camp here. Now I probably want to take this one next, just to, again, establish lane pressure here because you have now Catas, every other wave pushing in, and Bruisers are now crashing in, and the siege camp is still up, confused on what to do. But great job! Look at this. This siege camp is going to get free value on the camp here. Sonya is rotating, hovering mid to bottom to see if there's any big contesting, but hey, aside of Match Ready, you can just kind of leave. You don't really need the force this. You can start preparing for this, right? But again, as I was saying, if you just start this, you know, at this point, you get value here because now this will push here, but Sonya might start it. No, Sonya's going to clear the wave here. They could, yeah. They could also just take bottom fort and establish because it is a 2-3. It's on their side. There's a lot of options for that side of Match Ready, but they took the objective route. Good point, Apot. Good point. So now we're going to start seeing some posturing here. And at this point, yeah, because if you do take the fight, if you do take the down bottom and give the objective, you are looking for a 20 here. But, oh, this might be a mosh pit here. A 4-man mosh pit here. And a great Sonya leap here. And they are going to get a completely 3-man wipe here, or 2-man wipe here minimum. Guillotine used. Great Void Prison setup. For ETC just walking in. He unfortunately used slide. He could have caught Illidan in it, but it's okay, right? You got a lot of value. So now at this point, you are going to get top bruisers, and you should be able to get the objective here down bottom. So I guess at that point, it was pretty worth it for them not to take this, because now they do get to take this. And no, for some reason, there is no, you know, anchor for this. Like, if Zul'jin's stepping up like that, right? That's an immediate power slide. Instead of 2 people taking it, why aren't, yeah, it's interesting stuff here. It's just some questions that I'm asking in my head that I'm speaking out loud, so forgive me if it sounds kind of flamish, because it kind of was, and it totally was intended. But anyway, now you're gonna have objective going through mid, and you're gonna see a commitment in mid here. With bottom being pushed, might be able to get bottom out. They are going to get a nice wave clear 20 advantage for this side of Match Ready here. Sonya now poking down mid. ETC taking some free damage by the tower here. There is going to be a power slide on one of the TLVs, but Paper Wall or Cole missing his combo here on the TLV. And we are going to see potentially some chip damage, or most likely just some mediocre chip damage, but you are going to get the 4, maybe I don't think so. Yeah, you are gonna get it. You take the camp here and you start prepping for, you start taking this easy, you just sneeze on it easy. They are not gonna fight on it. Eternal Feast is ready to be used here. This is a 20 advantage. Stukov should be checking. Yep, the star is doing really well. At this point, you either start forcing a fight, you start taking their stuff. You have to get value somewhere, right? They're not even wanting to contest you. Just start taking this immediately here. Hey Hoofa, how are you, man? Glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well, man. So we are going to get the siege camp in mid and the retaliation pick for bottom here. And now they're equal 20 talent tier advantage, or the talents are now equaled out to 20. So you start taking your camps here. It's okay, you won't be the first person that probably reported me for flaming. Zeratul looking for a flank on Eric up top. And let's see, can the Zeratul 1v1 and get the kill here? We are getting a rundown here like a squirrel in the wild here, getting hunted down by a cat. Easily slapped. Xerath will get a nice pick here. But, you know, TOV has the ult here, so most likely we'll use that prior to this objective here. It's going to be on their side. And now they're looking at this Bruiser Camp on the side of Nature's Cure here. They don't see where that. They're going to send Balog to check and scout here. They could have potentially started this. If they're fast enough, they can take this. But you have a TOV anchoring here to provide vision. They do take this really quick on the side of Nature's Cure. There's a nice stun. And they are going to hold it. Nice. There. Oh, okay. Oh, no. The Anubrak committed in. And there's... Oh, that's a big mistake on the side of the Anubrak for committing onto Eternal Feast. That was used a little bit too early. They are going to get a solo mosh pit onto the Zul'jin. Worth, in my opinion. Great lockdown. I mean... So that's really good on the side of Match Ready. The Anubrak committed in. And now they are on the back heel here. And ETC going for a nice flank here. Looking at the Stukov here. Great W, but does he get shoved? No, does not get shoved, does not get pushed away, but they are looking at this Stukov here, and oh, TLV is bursting down the Illidan. This is crazy stuff here. TLV is going for a fighting cause here, but you can start looking at some structure damage here, right? Started using, so you can now look for the advances on the keep wall here. Illidan use ult for the 20 stuff. Yeah, but I was referring to the Anubrak, but Sukov's going to try silencing out. But, I mean, you have two still dead here. You can start being really aggressive here. 0 way. As I said, it might have been worth. If I did say that. If not, you're right. It wasn't worth, but he was a little ambitious here. But here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. ETC will have it in the next team fight here. So even if in this situation, how it played out, it wasn't worth. But at the moment, I would say, you know, just in case, because you're going to have the ETC up rotation here, which thankfully played in their favor here, because Nature's Cure did not take advantage. Well, I mean, they couldn't have because they died. But now they're going to take the Bruiser Camp because they know they have Eternal Feast here. ETC is just starting to head over to the objective here. Potentially go for the fast cut. But here's the thing, though. He didn't even go Tazdingo. He went Guillotine. Flame that mod. Alright, I'll flame it. I'll flame it. ETC Mosh wasn't worth. They're not holding rotations here, seeing if they're going to be aggressive on the siege camp here. Oh, the slide was negated here, but here comes the Anubrak E and Guillotine. Level 20, ooh, was used really early here. ETC just walking into Mosh Pit. 2-man here, 1-man here. The Anubrak did commit in, and Anubrak's taking so much free damage from the Eternal Feast here. And this should be a complete wipe. Or at least, oh, you should at least turn here. He's dead. This is gay. This should be GG. You should be going down bottom here. True. If he didn't waste the slide here. Now you start looking bottom here. This should be GG for the side of Match Ready. ETC taking a lot of damage here. GG was called by Sailwater. So game number 1 is going towards Match Ready here. Good stuff outside Match Ready. They did really well playing on the Zeratul. And oh, ETC dies. Deathmatch wasn't used. Zul'jin trying to hold down Helm's Gate here, but it's not going to be enough here. GG's. Game number 1 goes to the side of Match Ready here with the ETC Zeratul combo here with Eternal Feast. Good stuff by Match Ready. All right, let's go ahead and update that. Great stuff on the side of Match Ready here. Some misplays, some misplays on both sides here. But if you look at how they really played around the Anubrak really well, right? Anubrak dove in. And they punished it, right? They overall punished it, and they took a lot of advantage for it. They're really good on the side of Match Ready for, seeing the opportunities on the Anubrak here. Also, out picks here as well. Okay. Here's another thing. I feel like the Zul'jin's Guillotine got feel as in, let's just call it. It just wasn't useful. Like, I'm just gonna be very blunt. It didn't do anything. It didn't secure any kills. It got maybe some people low, but you would have gotten more value out of Taz Dingo, at this rate. At least that's how I feel. The Zul'jin was doing, decent amount of damage, but the Guillotine just wasn't getting really any value here. Stukov was doing really well this game. The Lost Viking was doing pretty well as well. But yes, APOC, as you just saw, I no longer Masters. Those are some rough games. But it's okay. I'll get it back. All right. But you are wrong. Those games were rough. So let's see what game. Let's see what the map pick is going to be for number 2 here. Now that Match Ready is going to be picking a map, you know, with the selections up, we could be taking the Dragonshire because Volskaya was taken out. We could also be taking. There's 3 maps that I'm thinking. Well, I could see Dragonshire, Infernal, and Towers. Those are the 3 off the top of my head that are more than likely going to pick. But I could be completely wrong. They might be looking at, you know, BOE. So, overall, that. Yeah, I know, dude. I, you know, I'll be fair. I really did not play well in 2 of those, definitely in 2 of those games. I'm more of a healer now. Like, I got farmed as Diablo. I'm not gonna lie. I got absolutely just. I sucked. I was not good. I was not good. I should have played my Uther. But I will say though, the games were. I had a lot of fun in those games. Though. They were pretty fun. So here we go. Let's see what the pick is. Grace has invited me here. So we are going to be taking to Infernal Shrine too. Let me go ahead and put that up. Selected by Match Ready here. This is what we got here. Infernal Shrines for Match Ready here. Now, let's see what Nature's Cure decides to do. Do they ban out the Zeratul? Or are they going to ban out the tank pool here? I think at this point you kind of need to respect some things, but I do think that they could have worked around the Void Prison here. You know, they got some really good Void Prisons off, but you know the Anubrak wasn't just the CC chain was just missing entirely, and you know when they did get a CC chain, there was really good counter routes by the Malfurion here. You know, we did see that. You know, the thing is though is. I do think that the ETC in some events could have saved his power slide because, you know, to be fair, it happened probably 5 or 6 times where a Nubrak was pre-stunning the slide because just as a reflex. That's the word I'm looking for. Excuse me, as a reflex, you know, is just completely stunning what's in front of him, and ETC is just doing the exact same thing. It's just trying to slide what's in front of him as a reflex. Instead of, you know, figuring out where everyone else is at. So the Nubrak got a lot of really good valuable stuns there. Really, really good stuns on the power sides. But on the contrary, Zeratul was setting up the back line. But the only problem is ETC did not have power slide to lock down, you know, the back line. He just had to walk in and mosh. So Apoc, you're 100% right. Several times you could have gotten more picks. If the ETC would have just held the power slide and played off the Zeratul there. So I'm expecting to see on the side, you know, okay, when I say expecting, if they don't, I'm hoping to see, you know, maybe a Joe, maybe a Diablo here, maybe a Mei. You know, May's pretty good on here. Might honestly see another TLV. Now, do we get to see a Chromie on here? Chromie is really good at sniping on the point, providing a lot of zoning pressure. With the slowing sands and just a lot of overall pressure. You know, whoever team, you know, plays Chromie. You know, but then again, you have Orphea, great zone control as well. If you have Leo or Sonya open again, you know, you have that whole combo for the side of Match Ready that they can perform with a lot of varied comps here. You know, with the Eternal Feast, with the Void Prison, with the Power Slide, Mosh Pit, Roots as well, as we saw. So Eternal Feast got a lot of value in the last game. You know, there's a lot. So, you know, with respect bans, you know, they may end up banning... it could end up banning, like, you know, at least Zeratul, Maiev, Orphea. You know, Maiev gets a lot of value of the points. The most of the VPs were like 1 or 2 mins. The MR just sent everything on. Correct, yes. And I do think that Match Ready could have been punished. So, for example, when they... Which actually they did get punished for it. So when Stukov, right, at the bottom siege on their side, when they caught a 2-man Void and they mosh pit, Eternal Feasted, and obviously Void was used on one player, on the Stukov. You know, it's like for one person for Eternal Feast, that's not worth. Like if you're already going to use the Void, if you're already going to use Void and Mosh on one, I get that you're trying to get 2 targets. I totally get that, but you have to recognize I only got 1 guy in this Mosh, like, and they just immediately dropped it. So it was like trigger. It was like really trigger happy on the fingers there. So we are currently waiting on one. There's a slight delay outside of match ready. I think one decided to go to the bathroom, or maybe internet's running out slow. So Nature's Cure has said they are ready. I'm going to just say I am ready as well. But again, I do wonder what the band selection is going to be here. Because you're opening yourself up to a lot of pain if you just continuously ban out. If they, when I say continuous, as like referring to the last draft here, if they just ban out the the tank, which I don't think was the. I don't think that was the play there. I think you leave the tank pool open. Correct. You know, at least they are comboing. It's they're doing the fundamentals at least. They are at least doing that. But I do think that with a little bit more discipline they could. But hell, you know, it worked, right? You know, at the end of the day, it netted them the win for game number 1. So, I mean, can't completely disrespect it. Like, can't 85% disrespect it. Still waiting on one. Dude, how much you want to bet it's Teal? Teal has to hang up a dang Christmas tree, most likely. We're going to switch this over since you guys have already seen the things here. Yeah, overall, you know, good game number 1 here. It was, you know, side of Nature's Cure, they really took a big advantage. But overall, it didn't work. They took the advantage on the camps here, and they side match ready for Sonya and Zeratul. They were consistently soaking, doing really well, not staying in the same lane. So, all right, it looks like we are ready for game number 2 here. Essentially. Ready. All right, everyone. Game number 2 here, Infernal Shrine, selected by Match Ready. Match Ready did win the last engagement and match on Garden of Terror. So let's see what picks are here. I am expecting, if they don't ban out the tanks again, you know, for the side of Match Ready, I am expecting, you know, Johanna, a lot of value. We are getting the Anduin ban. Again, just like last time, so they are target banning Anduin here. Let's see if they target ban, you know, Joe here. Or, you know, Zeratul here, or Sonya here, whichever you felt was most, most dominating. I do sniff out a Zeratul ban. They really had nothing for it. I mean, I think at a certain point, you could have honestly, when Zeratul showed, you could just cocoon the Zeratul and just engage. So we're going to get a Sonya first ban here, or for the side of Nature's Cure for their first ban. And Hogger, again, just like the same ban last draft, you now have the second draft ban. So let's see what the second ban is. Is it going to be a tank? Is it going to be the flex? Those are the two that I'm curious about. Is it going to be a Joe? Is it going to be a Zeratul? Do they just say, we don't want to deal with, you know, we've done our homework, we don't want to deal with the Maev combo? Like, there's a lot that's open that they're leaving up because they did ban out. They didn't ban out, but they banned one of Grace's offlaners here. So let's see. Oh, wow, it's completely wrong. They banned out the Stukov. They're not worried about that. So we do get a first pick, Johanna Prio. Johanna is a very good pick on this map. I honestly think it's first pick worthy because it's good on, you know, like things like Toon Spider Queen. And on this map as well, because the level 4 talent that Joe gets, he can spam her abilities. And Rexar is going to be taken up here. Rexar is pretty good. And let's see if they do a big stun CC. What if we get a Rexar double support comp? Oh my god, that'd be so disgusting. But we're gonna get a May. May's really good on this point too. Now, do we see a healer picked next? Because they might start looking at dealing with Paper's healing pool here. But on the side of Nature's Cure, we may end up actually getting a Chromie because I'm seeing a lot of great lockdown. So Chromie may end up getting a lot of potential here. And we are going to get a Orphea and Malfurion. Good pickups here. They don't want to get target banned on those heroes here. And let's see. Do we end up getting a Leo or a Zera ban here? Or even Malfurion. Or excuse me, Maev, right? Maev is pretty disgusting on the point here. With a Johanna especially. So the side of match ready, your draft is already looking really good. You have to decide. Leo, you know, the reason why I say Leo's because they do play it. So they are going to ban the Zeratul. So we are most likely going to see Leo Maev, maybe? Maybe. I'm just speculating. So they do need a healer and assassin bans here. You know, Enigma may end up playing, you know, Chromie. I believe he would be the Chromie player, I believe. Or Sale. Sale would be their melee, so then I end up banning out. I'm actually not sure what you'd ban out here. The healer. Potentially the other healer. Uther. Hey, because Uther's pretty good with May. Trust me, I know. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. You get slows, you get stuns, you get another stun, and then when Uther's just auto attacking you, you get another stun. It's just stuns. Like you're just whoever just outstuns you, you win. So we are gonna need a Cassie pick by Enigma here on the point here. Might go the auto attack build here, not sure. But do we see an Anna here or the Staris? You know, you completely screw. We're gonna get a Deckard here. Deckard's pretty good, nice zone. For the point here, and good Ruby values. If Rubies is still even a thing, I don't really see much Deckards anymore, but Deckard's pretty solid for this map, especially because you're fighting on a control point here. But you know, so is Alex Strauss. Alex Strauss is pretty fun too, that I've seen. Genji or no balls. Here we go, Hoofa. You might as well just say Karazim no balls. So we get the Maev and Leo pick here, as we were suspecting here. So match ready does get a comfort pick comp, but for Nature's Cure, is this a comfort pick comp for them, or are some of their stuff, you know, banned out here? Uther would have been really fun because you have Divine Shield potential with Cleanse. Teal on Johanna is kind of scary. Yeah, I mean, Teal is a Johanna main. We are going to get a Jaina pickup here. I like both sides, but for comfort pick wise, as we've seen with match ready, this is a comfort pick draft, but no balls. Ooh, but you would have picked what? You would have picked Genji or Karazim, right? No balls, right? Let's see how it pulls out for Nature's Cure. Do we get taken to a third game series, or does match ready pull it through because of the fact that they got a comfort pick here, you know, on Infernal Shrines? You know, Maev with Orphea, Leo, their entire comps completely synergizes really well together. But when you look inside Nature's Cure, you have, you know, May's combo, roots and slows, you have Rexar's root or CC, Deckard, great CC, and Cassie and Jaina with big burst potential. But not to say that Maev and Orphea cannot deal out the same amount of damage distributed back. We are going to switch to the in-game while we are about to load in. Lucio, yes, I do love Lucio. All right, everybody. Game number 2 here. And is it the final game of the series by Match Ready, or is it going to be taken to game number 3 because Nature's Cure pulled off? So let's introduce the teams again here. Introducing Match Ready, we have Leoric, played by Grace, Malfurion, played by Paper Wall, Johanna, played by Teal, Maev, played by Sugar Bear, and Orphea, played by Old Fashioned. And the side of Nature's Cure here, we have Jaina being played by Sailwater, Cassie being played by Enigma, Deckard being played by Desaris, Rexar being played by Noel Sanaka, and last but not least, May being played by the J Ruckus here. Let's see if we get some blind values by the May onto the Cassia, right? Or onto the Maev here for tethers here. It's really hard to hit. You know, to be fair, you know, I played a lot of Johanna. It's really rough. You know, when you do hit the blind on the tether, it's really satisfying, but it is going to be hard here. But let's see if, you know, Rexar pulls out here because of the fact that there is going to be more stuff for Maev to grab here to use her Naisha's Memento here, right? Am I saying that correctly? Yeah, Naisha's Memento here. Let's see if it gets value here. So we're going to see a quick rotation down bottom. Leo goes top. Rexar is going to match. And my Ed is going to be late for the... Or May's going to be late for the rotation here. Great clear. And they now. Teal holding. Great silence by Paper Wall here on this established dominance, right? It's what you got to do. You establish dominance early. Teal anchoring, looking for a rotations here. And they are looking to dismount here. But doesn't hit anybody. They are looking for an aggressive engagement potentially, but Teal scouts it out and backs away. And they are going to get an immediate camp startup here, but they do catch. They try catching the May here, but May uses her trait value here. Teal's going to anchor here. May potentially may look for a scout here, but is going to instead go soak because she doesn't have trait, and you do not want to go in there without a trait and get your slide canceled out. Teal sister out, but there's going to be a back away. Could have saved W for the minion wave coming up. I'm just being picky. I just want to flame. But you have ORP to clear the entire wave. Pretty easy peasy. Maev is clearing out mid and goes back down bottom. Great establishment for the side of match ready. Asserting. Feels like they're asserting their dominance early because now look, now they have to clear out mid, and now you get the bottom. Get the bottom for free because you played it well. You cleared out mid quick. You took your camp. You cleared out bottom, but you have to do it mid because it's going to crash. Then you take bottom siege. Really good. They're establishing dominance early by taking the camps, just like how Nature Scared did it to them their last game. So now we're going to get a quick rotation up mid. You don't want to miss a soak here. No need to force anything. Looks like Joe is going to hold again a rotation here. J Ruckus will push. You just run into it, and Teal backs off. Gets vision. Let's see how top's looking here. The top is evening out. Rexar is wondering where Sonya or Leo went. Most likely already knew going camp, but you don't really lose much as Leo here, but there is going to be an aggressive push because they do notice that two are off the map, most likely taking a camp, bruiser camp, and you're going to see an immediate reaction going towards their bruisers, which you should do prior to this objective. Good, they are going to hold here, and they do hold at the 2:45 timer here, so it does go behind the minion wave here. They are going to be late, so this allows match ready to position onto the point here. They're going to get also free clear down bottom, so it gives them lane advantage here. You can pull this in, and Orthia and Johanna get a nice free clear, and now you miss a massive wave down bottom if you do not catch that. They are looking at the Maya. There's a slide in. Tether is being procced here. Can Sugar catch anybody here? There should be. It should just start it. You have Rexar top. Leo's now rotating mid, and you're now going to get an 8-2 lead for the side of match ready here. And Rexar is going to be late, and this is an Arcane Punisher, which is really good at PvP. And also damage on the fort or any structures here. Jaina's only taking some, and the full combo was used down by the May here. Cassia does go in very aggressively. Enigma is caught. Enigma should be the target here, and it should be a follow-up on Enigma because he went in way too aggressively. No follow-up. Enigma falls here. And this should go over to match ready now. They are looking for more damage here. Leo does unstoppable out, and you are going to see Orpheus steal away for more. Look at the Ruby value down bottom. They are going to see another engage, and Misha should fall here. Ruckus might be the next on May, but they are going to establish the first objective here on the side of match ready here. May needs to get out of there. You're going to see a John Cena coming up soon here. There is no aggressive setup here, which is fine here. Teal's a little late for it. Maya went middle to match, but you are going to see May use trait here. Teal will get caught by May's Blizzard. And look at so that's another thing, right? We are seeing rubies just being used a little too early with no value here, but that's a 2 caught, and there will be a jump, and probably in the next 5 seconds, Enigma caught yet again, but the jump was forced onto the Jaina here. Very fortunate for Enigma, but unfortunate for the Jaina, because look at the amount of damage that Jaina did take from that. So imagine if they did catch the Jaina instead of the Cassia, or if the Punisher rotated on the Cassia instead of the Jaina. It would have been a dead Cassia. So great overall. They get the fort wall, and they get some chip damage on the fort for the first objective pre 5 minutes. Pretty good. They probably scout this out, and they know blind it for any dismounts, but they did not catch the Jaina, and for vision obviously. And they are going to get an aggressive rotate. Oh, Jaina's completely caught. Unstoppable is proc to knock that down. Jaina's way too high up. This is a free kill on Jaina, and at this point Enigma just needs to just cut his losses and just back away at this point. That's a lot. Overextended. There was no vision. It just completely split. And now again, If they invade this pre-10, there's no point. I say, nah, you go in for this. This is going to be a tether on the Deckard, potentially. No tether. May have been already used on the camp down bottom. I just didn't see the animation for it. But great stuff on the side of match ready. Established domination. At this point, you can start looking at bottom 4. I mean, you have a wave, you have a siege, you have level 10s. Your Leo is mid if anything goes wrong. You should potentially start looking here. Look at what you can get here. Start poking it down. Leo's potentially gonna start rotating top soon. Realize that's a big wave you don't want to miss. So they're gonna back away because Leo is gonna have to rotate up. So there is really no advantage staying here anymore, and they are gonna miss out mid. You could potentially even siege mid wall here, but they are gonna look for aggressive rotation here, giving them level 10 to 11 here, a whole level lead. This side of match ready. That's really good. And Rexar is setting there up. The tether got blinded. Okay, cool. Glad someone saw that. So, really good value for the Mei here. There is going to be some damage up on the Rexar here, but not enough to do significant damage here. There's going to be trait value by Mei. Gets out. Leo doing what Leo does best. Soaking. Rexar trying to keep up. Maev is going in, leading the charge here. And they are getting a ping on... There is a ping on the Maev here. Let's see, hey, you're too high. But gets away. No damage on him. And the objective, the top objective should be coming up soon for the Mortar Shrine here. You can start prepping your Bruiser camp here, which is exactly what is being done here. Now, what do you do inside Nature's Cure? Do you either A, look for an invade, or B, do you just take yours safe? You're not going to do either yet. Oh, there we go. We're looking for an invade because you know you're late. Here we go. This is the fight that they need to take here. Rexar is scouting here. There is a complete invade. Cassie is going in. It's really low. And Cassie is now holding it. There should be the ball lightning here. And here comes Eternal Feast with Johanna. But this is why you don't take it with Johanna and Orphea. But Joe may fall here. Joe is low. Do they get any more kills? There is a Rexar really low. And there's a sleep by Destaris. And, oh, bro, come on. Why you fall for that here? Oh no, they could have gotten more kills. Unlucky, but they do is a 1 for 1 and I guess a quarter trade because Misha counts as 0.25. But you get a kill on the Cassie for going in, trying to get ball lightning value. It's unfortunate that Teal could not get away in time. But you're taking a fight on a camp against Maev and Orphea and a Joe. Oh wow, ballsy plays by Nature's Cure here. And so now you're going to net yourself the objective yet again. Once out of match ready here. You're outside Nature's Cure, you can potentially just, you know, send one here. You need to start taking stuff off the map while you have the time. Looks like they're going to try getting some damage onto Grace here, but more or less they want the lanes here. They want the globe here for Jaina here. Level 20 or 20 globes have been collected. Or I think it's mana value, or no, damage. It's damage. Oh, and mana value. So they are going to get a jump on the Misha here. Or Misha. Always taking all the damage here. Tether was cast aggressively, but here comes a Root and Blizzard. But they are going to root Misha here. Misha may fall here. It's okay. It's only a quarter of a hero. You're going to have 2 in mid here. Not sure why you have 2. You could at least have had, you know, Deckard up there. Risk it for the biscuit. Well, they ended up getting a soggy biscuit, unfortunately. Unlucky and kind of gross. But you are going to see rotation mid now. You can start taking some mid damage or start taking stuff off their map. Hey, honestly, you can start taking this, and look for a bottom fort engage, which they are going to start looking at their mid. And there should be they do know that that's there. And Deckard scouts it out, but can't really do anything about it. You can clear this wave right here and start playing for your 16 here. But for Side of Nature's Cure, you need to start looking for another fight here. At this point, though, you're completely dominant side match ready, right? Because you know you can win every on-point fight. Just a lot of damage overall. Leo is now rotating bottom, and you can start pressing the advantage down bottom here. Start sieging. Oh, they're not going to. They're just going to completely play it safe and just play the macro game, which again is fine as well. They are looking for an engage here, as they do have Leo here. They catch Enigma and they catch a Deckard here, but can they get sleep off? They probably can't, but here comes Eternal Feast with Ring of Frost here, but catches 3. Jaina can't do any more damage to the mount, but can she? No, she can't. And 2 are caught. Cassia and Deckard are caught out, and now you're starting to look at bottom 4 here. Objective will spawn up, but I think in the next 30 seconds now, or 20 at this point. And now, this is a free fort down bottom. Leo back mid. Oh, no, still not a free fort. I really want this fort to go down, man. Just do it for me, man. Come on, man. Do it for the gram. They do see Leo down. They do see Leo up top. So this fort's just going to take casual chip damage. But it's a good thing they're not forcing it. You don't really need to force this still. You got 16 advantage. They are playing passively, which is really good to see for match ready as we get on to the late game. I saw the shield miss. Dang, how did I miss that? Unfortunate. How did I miss that? Are going to get the combo for Deckard casted out. And Cassia might be caught out. Might be. Oh, sidesteps it. Can she get away? Yeah, she gets away. Easy get away. Rexar is now defending by his keep wall, and they're now defending the fort here. Dang, on side HQ, you're like having to decide. You need to just protect mid at this point, right? For the Frozen Punisher here in mid, this is huge, right? You do not want to give up your tap here. This is like the only lane with any sort of advantage. You are going to get camped up because they do know that the objective is spawning shortly. You have 30 seconds on the Bruiser camp. It was taken late, so they're not going to get any value for this camp here, and they can't look aggressive because they're not 16. They realize after 2 tries of being aggressive, they just get punished by the Eternal Feast here. Ring of Frost gets value, but doesn't do enough to make it really worthwhile here. Oh, so we're going the auto attack build for Neo here. Good stuff here. So we are going to see match ready looking to be aggressive here. I'm pretty sure they know that they're looking to get vision and scout here. And they are looking to be aggressive here. Instead of starting the objective here, they're looking just to take the Bruiser camp. Instead of just starting the objective here. Interesting. But here it goes. Here comes another Eternal Feast, but here comes Sleep on the other side here. Eternal Feast is casted here, but they do get the objective here. And Enigma from the back doing so much damage. Look at the Maiev combo. Oh, everyone's dying. Both sides are dying. Enigma does fall. Rexar is low. Leo should be able to... No, Leo doesn't go after. Unfortunate. But look. Look at the advantage. Hey, Leo versus 2 blinds. That's why I was curious about that. Maybe, I mean, to be fair, are they blinding him, right? If you know that they're not going to be blinding you, I mean, they should be blinding either, the Maiev or Leo. I mean, you have multiple blind targets, even the Orpheus for the auto attack here. Oh, wow. They knew immediately. And they could stall us out for wait for Joe here, but they don't. Joe will be up anyway. You could have just kind of 39'd it just to get a little bit of, let's wait for Joe to get at least here. Get some advantages because Misha is just going to. I mean, how did Rexar go through the wall? Looks like Misha will fall here. No, it doesn't. Does not get caught by the Frozen Punisher, but Johanna's now here. Misha did stall out for the Joe here. They are going to look aggressive. Leo is looking for an aggressive Entomb here, potentially here. Doesn't use it. Rexar or Misha might go down here. Oh my god, here it goes. Here comes the punishment. 2-man catch here, but do they get so much value from Enigma's Cassius? But Maiev holds him back in and does so much damage. May should fall as well here. This is brutal for Nature's Cure. Just gets completely caught off guard. And oh man. This is looking like a keep minimum. This is looking like a core. You need to start taking this down. You need to start immediately playing for this. Like, you got to be fast. Take this. You have another minion wave behind you here. The Storis. And can the Deckard and can the Rexar pull it off here? They're taking a lot of damage here, but you got it. It's not going to be a core here, but you're at least going to get keep here, which is really good. They couldn't take down the core fast enough, but look at the damage value here. Look at the damage, but you get Dire Beast. And I thought, isn't there an auto attack one for 13? I don't really play Rexar, so I don't know. For anyone who does, enlighten me. Is really the 13 talent I think it's the... It looks like this one, right? You throw, the birdie hit someone, you get auto attack and range advantage. Isn't that better? Because don't you just want to be away from them? I don't know. I mean, maybe Dire Beast is good too, because you're just sending Misha in, but is Misha really getting enough value is all. But again, level 20 talent advantage here. You can start looking aggressively here. at the side. Once you get your ults up, which they all do, they're going to take their camps instead, and they are going to look, right? With these camps, you can potentially look at mid, because they're going to either clear bottom or mid, and if you play it here, you get a nice middle ground for mid and excuse me, mid and bottom. Stuttering words here. I keep wanting to say top. I'm trying to say mid and bottom here. So decisions are going to be made here. Oh, is there going to be a catch on? They do. They catch the they catch the Rexar, and they catch Maiev and Misha. That's huge. Oh, completely caught out. No vision. But that's what's scary about the comp for match ready, you know, with Leos and Tomb. Like, no matter who you catch, like, with the comp for match ready, you're just dead, right? So now we are going to see a keep pressure. 2R down here. And can the two assassins and a Decker do it off? They get a sleep. Maiev does counter it. He's going to pull. And there's so much damage on the Leo here, but they immediately annihilate the Cassie here. It is looking like game number 2, a dominating factor for match ready. Looking really good here. They did get their comp here. I don't know, maybe Nature's Cure just didn't do their homework and scout out. But game number 2 goes towards match ready in a dominating victory.